Hello, hello! Welcome on in or welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Melou. I make silly little videos on the internet about gaming and lifestyle and Netflix and other stuff. So welcome on board. Glad to have you. And today, I want to talk to you about something. Because if you haven't watched this show on Netflix, you are missing out. If you consider yourself a Netflix addict and you haven't watched this show yet, then you're no longer a Netflix addict. Nope. Because this is the show, I wanted to say of the moment, but it's the show of 2 weeks ago because I think it came out 2 weeks. I'm a bit late with the news, but that's okay. So I watched it right as it came out, and ever since then, I've been recommending it to people, and I constantly hear back from people that say, loved it, great recommendation, thank you. So now I'm influencing all of y'all because you have to watch The Residence on Netflix. And now I hear you wondering, what is The Residence? What is it about? Well, if you don't want to watch the trailer, let me give you a quick overview. The Residence is about the White House, the residence. And what happens in the White House? Unfortunate news. During a state dinner with the Australians, a murder occurs. Or so we think. All that we know for sure is that there is a dead body. The house usher is murdered. Am I saying that correctly? House usher? It is called usher. It's like the guy who takes care of all the staff in the White House. I hope I'm saying that correctly. He's found dead. And mind you, this is a state dinner, so there's a lot of people in the house. A lot of people who could have done it. There's presidents. There's people from Australia who I think are also presidents. I don't know. What does Australia have? I guess a president? Prime Minister? Prime Minister, probably. So we need to find out who committed this murder. And that's where we get her, the wonderful, the magnificent detective Cordelia Cup. As Netflix describes Cordelia Cup, she is a brilliant, eccentric detective. And I think that's an understatement. Cordelia Cup is a bird watcher, first and foremost. And besides that, a very fun and intriguing character in this TV show that is trying to figure out who committed this murder. I'm pretty sure the show is classified as a comedy because it is very on the light end. It is very much made to be funny. I am not a person who loves comedies per se, but this show, they did something that made me actively like comedy. I don't know what they did. I'm not so much a fan of laugh tracks and everything, but this show, I take my hat off. Very well done. So I'm not gonna go into spoilers because I want you all to go watch it yourself, form your own opinion, and then you could always come back and let me know in the comments what you think. So I'm not taking any responsibility if there is any spoilers in the comments. I'm sorry for that in advance, but you can also just leave a comment that doesn't have any spoilers and you can say, hey, cool recommendation. I enjoyed my time. So I think the beauty about the show is, of course, it starts with a dead person, but there is so much to discover about the dead person, but also about everyone who is involved, all of the staff in the White House, all of the guests, all of the attendees. You know what word I'm talking about. And I think they do a really good job because I noticed that I was genuinely interested in all of the characters that were coming by, even the characters that only appear for a short amount of time. And I can safely say that during the entire show, I had no clue who the murderer was. The show really puts you from one person onto another, but I never really had the feeling like this is the one. But I think that's the beauty about this show because in the end, do I care who did it? No, not at all. It was a good show. I enjoyed watching it. It could have been his mother who did it. His mother is not in the show, but even if they had flown someone in from Hawaii, I don't know, I wouldn't mind. The show was good as is, that it didn't really matter who actually did it. I really hope it wasn't a big deal for them who actually did it. Like if they made the show and I would be sitting here like, doesn't matter. But I think that's the strength of the show, right? Because even if you are really interested in who did it, you're still getting all of that. You're still getting all of the suspects, but there is just so much going on and the acting is so good. The people in it are so fun. There's like a million characters and they all portray their characters so well. And of course, with Cordelia Cup as like the main character, very well done. I can only I can only leave a round of applause. It was just a really fun show. Don't expect like crazy plot twists. I mean, there are plot twists, sure, but the plot twists are more fun and just lighthearted, even though it's about murder, if that makes any sense. I would just say, go watch it. I do want to add a little side note that made me sad. At the end of The Residence, it says, in loving memory of André Braugher. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And if you do not know who that is, André Braugher plays the character of Captain Holt in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Brooklyn Nine-Nine is a show that is very dear to my heart, and he passed away recently, and he apparently passed away while they were already halfway done with filming. So he had completed half of his scenes, and then he unfortunately passed away, and they had to replace him with another actor. And I think the actor that currently plays A.B. Winter, who is the guy that was murdered, does an excellent job. Like, nothing against that man. He did a great job. Well done. I can just only imagine how different it would be with Captain Holt. And of course, Captain Holt is a character and is not the actual actor himself, but I just have a soft spot for him. And when I learned that, I was like, aw. So Andre, rest in peace. You're a legend. And I would have loved it if you could complete the show, but unfortunately we don't always get to decide who gets taken when. But that was definitely a tearjerker when I read up on that. But to not end on a sad note, go watch The Residence. It's really good. Go learn about bird watching and a little bit about the White House. They also explain just a little teeny tiny bit of the White House. It's interesting. It's just a really good show. It has a little bit of everything. I would just say, go watch it now, and tell me what you think of it. Okay, bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all of those things. Leave a comment. Okay, bye.